Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. If you are new here, my name is Ashley. I am currently 5.5 weeks postpartum right now. It has been a long time since I have recorded. I think my last video was like 37 weeks pregnant, or I honestly cannot remember at all, but I know that it has been at least 5.5 weeks since I've recorded. I have just been adjusting to having 2 kids under 2 and just this new lifestyle, so I just had to find the time to sit down and record once everything kind of chilled out. So now that I am a little over a month postpartum, my little one is busting around in the background, so I'm probably gonna bring him soon. But now that I'm 5.5 weeks postpartum, I thought that it would be a good time to share my birth story with you guys. Unfortunately, I was not able to record my birth. My nurse did not allow cameras in my room, and it was actually really hard for me to record on my phone as well, because she mentioned to me when I was recording with my phone that they actually don't allow recording in the rooms, which I have no idea why. I wasn't even able to record his birth like I did with Angel, my first, so that's pretty upsetting. But I just wanted to share with you guys my birth story. I got induced with Pitocin, and I had an amazing experience. I know a lot of people out there did not have really good experiences with getting induced. My first, I didn't have a good experience, but I wanted to share with you guys that there is some great experiences with getting induced with Pitocin specifically. So first things first, I got induced at 39 weeks on June 21st. I had my appointment scheduled for 8 a.m. so I was there at 7:30 and I did all of my paperwork and everything that I had to do to get up into my room as fast as I could. So once I got my paperwork done and I got into my delivery room, everything just went pretty fast from the moment I stepped in there. So as soon as I got in, they checked my cervix. I was already 2.5 centimeters dilated, which I already knew because I was having early labor for like 2.5 weeks. So Gabriel decided that he wanted to get forced out instead of coming out on his own. So with that being said, I was 2.5 centimeters dilated. My OB said we're gonna start her on Pitocin because she's already dilated, and we think that the Pitocin is gonna work good for her. So automatically I got my IVs in and got the Pitocin going. I think they cranked it up like, I want to say 3 times until I started getting regular contractions, which I did record. 1 minute, he's starting to get a little fussy. Come here. Oh goodness, come here. Can you say hi to everybody? Can you say hi? You want to say hi? Say hi, I'm here. See, I'm here. Okay, so this little guy is going to be in our video right now because he does not want to be put down. I think his belly hurts. So I forgot where I left off, but I did get some recording of the hospital and me in my delivery room with like my Pitocin in my arm and stuff like that. So I'll just insert that clip now so you guys can see just what my delivery room looked like and stuff. As you guys can see, that's what my room looked like, and I was standing next to a bouncing ball because as soon as I got the Pitocin inserted, I told them that I wanted to have a very active labor of me being active and trying to get him out. So I walked the halls, I was on that yoga ball, I did everything that I could to try to keep my labor going. What they recommended as well, they said that women who usually lay down the whole time kind of have a slower labor, so I just wanted to get things moving with him. And from that moment that I got the Pitocin, everything went kind of fast from there. I think 2 hours after I had the Pitocin, they checked me and I was already 4 centimeters dilated. So she said, you know, you are dilating pretty fast. I'm pretty sure he'll be here by today. And that just kind of motivated me and got me really excited. For some reason, the contractions that I was having, they did not hurt that bad at all. I was expecting so much worse because of what happened with my first, but they really didn't hurt me at all, and I was already 4 centimeters dilated. So I think I had him at 6, so my timing may be off, but I think like 3 hours later, they checked me again, and I was 5.5 centimeters, and at that point I was already like in pain, and I did not want the same thing that happened with my first to happen again. So I immediately just was like, I need the epidural. Even though I could tolerate the contractions, I still didn't want to get to that point where I was like screaming for them. So my OB was like, it's about time you asked for that. And she called the anesthesiologist, and I also I told them what happened to me last time. And if you don't know, I did not have a good experience at all with my first, and I made a whole another video on that. But basically the guy who did my epidural messed up like 3 or 4 times. He had to keep poking me, and just a bunch of bad things happened with my epidural. So I asked if I can request someone else, and a lady actually came in. She got my epidural the very first time. The only thing that happened to me with the epidural this time was she actually gave me another type of medication that she did not tell me she was gonna do, and that sent a shock down my entire left side of my body. And I jumped, and I immediately started crying because I'm like, I don't know what just happened, but I probably went paralyzed. And just all the trauma from my first epidural just entered my head, and I just thought the worst. And she was like, oh my god, no, I'm so sorry. I just gave you some other type of medication to help with the pain faster. And she was like, don't worry, you're not paralyzed or anything like that, but you did develop a bunch of hives all over your back, which are probably stress hives. And I started crying even more, and I was like, no, those are not stress hives. You know, I'm probably allergic to what you gave me. I don't really remember too much of that moment because of how stressed out I was and scared. But I just told her that if you would have told me that you were going to give me another type of medication, I would have told you no, because I don't like medication like that, you know. So I didn't even want to do the epidural, let alone another type of medication. So she was like, I'm so sorry, I should have asked you and this and that, but I just wanted to help you with your pain faster. So long story short, that happened, and that was pretty much the only bad thing that happened my entire delivery. After I got the epidural, everything went by even faster. My nurse came in an hour after I got it, and she put me sitting up in my bed with my legs like in a butterfly position. And 30 minutes later, she comes in and she checks my cervix, and she's like, oh, you're a 7. And then she's like, wait, you're an 8. Oh, you're a 9. And she's like, okay, call the doctor. So in a matter of seconds, I went from a 7 to an 8 to a 9. So it was super, super fast. She called my OB, and my OB came running in, and she's like, holy cow, how did you go from a 7 to a 9 while she was like checking your cervix? And so when that happened, my nurse was actually noticing that Gabriel's heart was kind of decreasing with every contraction, which meant that he most likely had the umbilical cord wrapped around his neck, and which is what happened with my first. And I told her that, you know, this is exactly what happened with Angel. He had his umbilical cord wrapped around his neck. So she was like, okay, thanks for letting me know. We'll keep an eye on it, you know. So as I was pushing, his heart rate was going down, and not too bad, but it was still, you know, going down. So my OB told me to slow down on my pushes because, you know, she had to see what was going on with his cord and stuff like that. So I had to slow down with my pushes. He was already, I think I pushed twice and his head like came out already. So once his head was right there, she could see that it was wrapped around twice, and I just had the urge to just push like crazy, but she was like, no, you can't push. He has his cord wrapped around, we have to cut it, and then you can start pushing again. So once they cut his cord, he came right out with my last push. So I pushed a total of 3 times, and he was out. I'm surprised he didn't have any bruising or anything like that on his face, because I feel like he just flew right out of me. Even the nurses were like, holy cow, this was like the fastest pushing that we've ever seen, minus the umbilical cord wrapped around his neck, because he probably would have been out if that didn't happen. But yeah, that's pretty much it. That's pretty much how this little guy came into the world. He was 7 pounds 11 ounces, and he was born at 6:02 p.m. 39 weeks. He is doing so good with eating, so good with sleeping. He already has his schedule down for nighttime. He sleeps through almost the whole night, besides like a few feedings here and there, but he is just so good, and I'm so grateful for him. So with that being said, that is my birth story. It was super fast, you know, it wasn't anything, there wasn't a lot of bad things or anything like that happened to me, which is really good. I'm very thankful for that. But yeah guys, I'm gonna go ahead and put this little guy down. He fell asleep and he is out. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope that you guys liked this video. If you did, then please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, leave a comment down below, and subscribe to my channel if you are new here. Bye guys, I'll see you in my next video.